How many times have you asked yourself, is there something wrong with me? Is that why I'm still on my own? When your friends, one by one, fall in love, get married, and society keeps repeating that happiness comes only when you are part of a couple. But Stoic philosophy says the opposite. Being single may be the best thing you ever do for yourself. This video not only helps you revisit your fear of loneliness, but also shows you how to turn your time alone into strength, freedom, and inner resilience. If you are single right now, don't look away. Many people enter a relationship not because they genuinely love, but because they are afraid of the emptiness inside. They cannot bear walking alone in crowded streets, weekend nights with no messages coming in, or opening social media only to see pictures of couples everywhere. So they rush to grab any hand that reaches out to them, without caring whether that person is truly right for them. At that point, the relationship is no longer a meeting of two free souls, but just a band-aid slapped over a wound of loneliness that has never been healed. The sad thing is, when we use love to run away from ourselves, we soon lose who we are. We smile the way they like, live according to the expectations they set, change our tastes, even change our principles so that we won't be abandoned. Stoic philosophy reminds us of a hard-to-swallow truth. No relationship can save someone who refuses to face themselves. If there is a void inside us, then even with someone lying next to us every night, we will still feel alone. Love born from fear will always lead to clinging, control, jealousy, and pain. Only when we dare to sit alone in a quiet room, listen to our loneliness, and understand what we are lacking and what we are searching for, do we truly begin to grow. Beautiful love is not an anesthetic for an empty soul, but a reward for the person who is already whole and steady enough not to use someone else as a hiding place. Many people look at loneliness like a sentence. If I'm alone, it means I'm not good enough. But from a philosophical point of view, being on your own is not a punishment. It's an invisible shield that protects you every single day. When you don't rush into just any relationship, you're actually saving yourself from the wrong people. Such people step into your life only to fill a void, drain your energy, or pull you away from the beautiful values you already have. Don't see the fact that no one is holding your hand today as a loss. Sometimes that is exactly life's way of telling you, it's not yet time for you to endure more pain. Being on your own is also how you stay away from toxic relationships, where love is replaced by control, comparison, punishing silence, and endless exhaustion. When you fear loneliness more than you fear pain, it becomes very easy to cling to relationships that have already decayed, just because you don't dare to begin again. But if you dare to accept being alone, you are choosing peace over drama, choosing healing over dragging out the wound. Not only that, your single season protects you from emotional dependence. You no longer live in a state where you're happy if they text you today and shattered if they go silent tomorrow. You learn to stand firm on your own emotional feet, refusing to let anyone else's moods control your heart. That is the spirit of Stoicism. Never handing over the control of your inner world to something that lies outside your reach. And most importantly, when you are not swept up in the need to please someone, you keep your time, your energy, and your identity intact. You don't have to shrink your dreams, abandon your passions, or change who you are just to become pleasing in someone else's eyes. When you are on your own, you have the chance to build the strongest version of yourself. And from that foundation, if one day you choose to step into a relationship, you will not love from a place of lack, but from a place of freedom. When you start to see being alone as a shield that protects you from the wrong relationships, you will discover an even more powerful truth. Being single not only helps you avoid hurt, it also gives you many advantages that those trapped in the wrong relationships rarely have. Singleness, if you know how to use it well, is like a training ground for the soul, a place where you rebuild yourself from the inside out. First of all, being single helps you avoid attaching yourself to the wrong person, because you no longer let the need to be loved and comforted blind you. You don't have to rush to grab a hand just because you are afraid of emptiness. You are clear-headed enough to ask, is this person truly aligned with the values, direction, and qualities that I hold dear? That is the clarity that Stoic philosophy always upholds. Choose what is right, not what is easy. When you don't have to share your schedule, explain every meeting, or negotiate every block of time, you have complete ownership over your hours. Every evening, every weekend, every early morning, you can use them to study, to train, to build your career, to care for your health and your mind. Time is the most precious asset in a human life, and being single gives you the privilege of using it for what truly matters. From there, you have the conditions to build self-discipline and inner strength, no longer being pulled off your orbit by someone else's shifting emotions. You train yourself in a principled way of living. This hour is for work. This hour is for training. This hour is for learning. This hour is for rest. Strength of character does not appear out of nowhere. It is forged on the days when you deliberately choose discipline instead of indulging yourself. Singleness also helps you keep your energy clean and clear. You don't have to listen to constant criticism, endure unreasonable jealousy, or live in a continual state of being judged and suspected. Your mind becomes less contaminated. Your heart carries fewer scratches, and you have the space to nurture inner peace, the very thing the Stoics consider a priceless treasure. More importantly, this is the stage where you learn to love yourself and turn stillness into strength. Instead of calling someone every time you feel sad, you learn to sit down, write out your feelings, and see where you are hurting, what you have been expecting. You take care of your health, your appearance, and your mind, not to prove anything to anyone, but because you truly deserve that care. Little by little, you free yourself from the need for validation. You no longer need love as a ticket that proves there is nothing wrong with me. You can live honestly with yourself, without acting, without trying to look perfect, just to keep someone from leaving. The most incredible freedom is to be yourself, and being single gives you the most expansive space to experience that. In those quiet stretches alone, you grow in stillness. You reflect more deeply on life, on right and wrong, on what truly holds meaning for you. You no longer rush blindly through your days, but know how to pause, observe, and understand yourself. And that is the root of all genuine growth. And when you are no longer bound by someone else's demands, control, or limitations, you can finally focus on your personal mission. You dare to think bigger, go further, and pursue projects and dreams that a wrong relationship might never accept. You no longer have to shrink yourself just to fit into someone else's life. All of that leads you to a crucial ability: building emotional independence. Your mood no longer rises and falls with a seen but no reply message, or with someone's warmth today and coldness tomorrow. You learn how to master your reactions, like a Stoic who stays calm in the midst of storms. And in the end, through that journey, you become a more complete human being. You are no longer searching for a half to fill your emptiness, but standing as a whole person, choosing to walk alongside another entire person. You don't love from a place of scarcity. You love from a place of freedom. When you realize that being single offers so many advantages, from time, energy, and inner strength to emotional independence, you begin to reach a deeper level of awareness. What you have genuinely been seeking all along is not someone to cling to, but a state of peace within yourself. And this is the core spirit that runs through Stoic philosophy. Stoicism reminds us that happiness and peace do not come from other people. They do not come from a replied message, a promise, or a hug when you're weak, but from the way you understand, accept, and lead yourself. If within you is chaos, then no matter how much someone loves you, you will still feel empty. On the other hand, if you have a solid foundation within you, you can be alone without collapsing, and you can love without losing yourself. True happiness is not having someone, but knowing that whether there is someone or not, you still stand firm. From there, we finally understand. Love is only truly beautiful when it is a free choice, not the last lifebuoy you cling to. Loving because you fear being alone, because of age pressure, because you are afraid of being judged, will always lead to attachment, compromise, and pain. But loving from a place of inner fullness is entirely different. You choose to be with someone, not because you need them to stitch you back together, but because you cherish who they are, respect their journey, and genuinely want to walk forward together, in freedom, not dependence. The influential person is the one who knows how to stand firm alone. When you have spent your single days building a steady inner world, a clear value system, and a life with direction, you will no longer accept any kind of love that forces you to shrink, to stay silent, to bury your identity just to keep someone. You are ready to walk away from any place that no longer respects you because you know. Losing a relationship has never been as painful as losing yourself. And if you want to understand more deeply how to build that inner strength, keep walking this path. When you truly grasp that happiness and peace do not lie in anyone else's hands, but in the way you choose to live with yourself, you will look at your single season with entirely different eyes. It is no longer an empty gap to be filled, a temporary phase before you get a lover, but a vital part of your journey of growth. And that is the moment you touch the final message. Being single is a journey of training your strength. Because when you are on your own, you are forced to learn how to pick yourself up after bad days, how to comfort yourself after failures, how to ask, what do I really want? What kind of person do I want to become? There is no one left for you to hide behind, no one left for you to blame. You face yourself fully. That very act of facing yourself sharpens you, helps you grow more mature in your thinking, clearer in your values, and more complete within. You begin to live with intention, to protect your boundaries, and to cherish your time and energy truly. Being single, if you live it consciously, will transform you from someone who is always chasing outer emotions into someone who rules their inner world. You no longer need a relationship to feel normal or worthy. You step out into life with a heart that has been tempered, not by promises, but by discipline, understanding, and self-respect. And precisely because of that, later on, when you choose to love someone, you will love from freedom, not from fear. You won't love because you are afraid of being alone. You won't love to be saved, but because you genuinely cherish that person and want to go far together. You can give without losing yourself. You can be attached without blind dependence. That is the highest beauty of love. two people who are already whole and free, choosing to walk side by side, not two empty souls clinging to each other because they are afraid of falling. If you are single right now, remember this. This is not a complete stop, but the most essential training chapter before you step into a love that is truly worthy of you.